Peace, peace. What's the word, everybody, man? Had a little technical difficulties, man, but now we all good. It's all good in the hood. It's crazy, man. It seems like every time I talk about certain subjects, phones malfunction, computers start malfunctioning. It's crazy. Right before I was scheduled to stream, check my camera, everything was working smoothly. Then all of a sudden, right when it's time to stream, camera and everything just blacking out. Come on, man. Everything just start glitching right when it's time for me to stream, man. It seemed like this type of stuff only happens when I'm talking about particular like certain type of content. But it is what it is, man. We here, man. So I'm gonna give y'all a chance to tap in, man. I know I'm running a little late because of the technical difficulties, but we still gonna get the message out here, man. We still gonna build, we still gonna vent, get some things off our chest and whatnot. But it's all good. It's crazy, man. I was literally just checking my camera like 30 seconds before I stream, and I'm looking at it. I'm seeing exactly how y'all seeing me. Then next thing you know, it's time to go live, and that mug is black. So I'm like, all right, here we go. Konsu, peace. Justin, peace. Zeke, peace. What's happening? Just peace. What's the word? How everybody living? How this Friday treating everybody? Man, I got about good hour, maybe hour 15 minutes, man. We about to really get some things off my chest. I couldn't finish my event yesterday because again, all of a sudden I'm streaming, I'm venting, talking about that nonsense with little Nancy X and whatnot, in the particular walking around pregnant and things of that nature, the maternity photos. Then all of a sudden my phone just dies while it's on the charger and whatnot. So we got little situations like that popping off. So I had a lot more to say. Terrell, appreciate that donation, man. We appreciate you. Montel, peace. What's the word? Create strategy, peace. Lindell, peace. How everybody living, man. We really gonna vent. And matter of fact, it was almost like this was supposed to happen because right before I was about to stream and everything blacked out on me while I was allowing the computer to restart, I'm jumping on my phone and whatnot, and I start see a little comment that a sister left on, I think, the video that I did yesterday, and she was basically trying to come at the kid. We're not about to play it. We're not gonna play around with it. It's one thing that I must know. Y'all know I fool with my queens 100%, and I've always had my sister's back. So when I see a sister try to come at me, I know she hasn't done the knowledge to all of my videos, so she hasn't done the knowledge. So I'm trying not to hold that against her. But some of the things that she had the nerve to say, like, hold on, slow your roll. Just go back and do the knowledge to my particular videos before you take it. Like, it's crazy. She ran to the defense of Lil Nancy X, and she wanted to use that as a post to like bash black men and things of that nature, talking about what's offensive is black men leaving their wives while they pregnant, black men not taking care of their children, and all that type of stuff. She was saying all of that is offensive in response to what I was talking about with Lil Nancy X being offensive to masculinity. So for the sister that had all of that stuff to say, listen, ain't nobody condoning that. When we talking about the emasculation of the black man, and you start bringing up all of this stuff that's irrelevant to what I'm talking about, listen, I understand that you may have been scarred, but this is not what we talking about. We're not talking about the black men that's not taking care of their kids. We didn't already dealt with them, and we're going to continue to deal with them. We're not talking about the black men that's out here cheating on their wives while they pregnant and things of that nature. We have already dealt with them, and we will continue to deal with them. This ain't about that, so don't make up. Like, I cannot stand, this is one thing I cannot stand, is when somebody takes a video and they comment, and their comment has nothing to do with the actual video. And they use that video as like a platform to get some other stuff off their chest. So they have a whole other agenda with their comment. Don't do it. Let's stay on topic here. We talking about the emasculation of the black man. We talking about the mockery of masculinity. That's what we talking about. We didn't already we get enough heat already. All we got to do is wake up and people gonna tell us how trash we are. So we do not, this ain't that. We get that every day. We get that every day. It's enough people and it's enough platforms out here bashing black men. It's enough platforms. So that's already been dealt with. That's already been discussed. It's going to continue to be discussed. We already doing that. This here, we uplift black men. We uplift black women. We don't need to keep pointing out the fact that we got trash on both sides. We're not going to do that. Because just like we got trash on both sides, we also have positivity on both sides. We got plenty of men that's taking care of their kids. We got plenty of men that stay in the life of the pregnant woman while she's pregnant. We got plenty of men do that. Plenty of men. But you don't want to focus on that. You want to act like it's dudes just out here running out cheating while the wife is pregnant, and you want to act like dudes just ain't taking care of their kids. I know plenty of single fathers, and I know plenty of married couples that are black, and everything is all good. So we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. So for the sister that said that, this ain't that. We not gonna do that. Kevin, appreciate that donation. But man, let's go. Ja, peace. What's happening? Terenzo, my brother, God is peace. What's the word? Let me go ahead and greet everybody before I really start venting. Yeah, Goddess, that's exactly what I was saying. Like, hey, I get it. You've been starved. We done all been starved. But again, for somebody to come on one of my videos and comment like that, must obviously don't know my backstory. So again, that's taking stuff on face value. So before you get emotional and comment like that, you need to thoroughly analyze the person that you are about to comment about, which is myself. Plenty of videos you can go watch where you see I'm going in on brothers such like that fits that criteria or that description. Plenty of times. But that ain't have anything to do with Lil Nancy X talking about he's pregnant. It had nothing to do with that. So that was just irrelevant. So you could take that comment. I'm pretty sure there are a million other videos to where that comment would have been relevant. So nah, it's still offensive. Dude walking around talking about he's pregnant. That's still offensive. Terenzo for sure. Airview, peace. What's happening? Louisiana, peace. What's the word? Tay, peace. What's the word? But yeah, all right. Got that off my chest. Now it's time to go back to the vent. Now, one thing that I want to talk about, that's why I said mockery of masculinity. That's why I kind of labeled the video as such, because it's crazy. They able to make a mockery of masculinity. Everybody is able to make a mockery of the black culture, of black people. No repercussions. But if we, on the other hand, we make a mockery of that lifestyle, the alphabet community, if we make a mockery in regards to that community, if we mock that community in any way, shape, or form, that's over for us. But they can make a mockery of us anytime they please. Guess what? No consequences. That's why we're going to continue to talk about it. We're going to let them know that there's consequences behind mocking black people, mocking masculinity, mocking a black woman. Like anytime, listen, when they disrespect our women, we should be attacking. When they disrespect us, we should be attacking. When they disrespect black folks, we need to attack just like every other culture, every other group does. Hence why you can't say anything about it. Hence why you can't say anything about the Jews. You say something about, no, not, let me rephrase that, the white Jews. You say anything about the white Jews, guess what happens? They coming at your throat. You better not say anything about them Jews. You better not say anything about them white Jews, man. They're going to shut you down. They're going to ban you. Look what happened to Nick Cannon. Said something about the Jews. And there's plenty of football players that said something about these white Jews. And guess what happens? Right after they say, they got to turn around and apologize. That's the type of power that like we could have collectively, because we are very valuable to every other community. These other communities would not thrive if it wasn't for the black dollar. So if we just came together collectively, and if these people, when they said something disrespectful to us, we was like, you know what? Cancel. We ain't supporting these Arabs. We ain't supporting these white Jews. We ain't supporting these white folks. They disrespected us. It's a wrap. We ain't supporting this community because they out here walking around talking about they pregnant and making a mockery of it. No, we not going for it. Withdrawing the black support, withdrawing the black dollar. We not supporting you. We don't even care if you apologize. You shouldn't have came at us incorrectly. We not supporting you. We got that same type of power. We have the same type of potential to have that power, because we ain't put that into motion yet. So it's all potential. It ain't kinetic. We got that potential to do the same exact thing these other communities are doing. When people say something about black folks, that should be the end of their career. Literally, should be the end of their career. When people disrespect black people, that should be the end of their business. That should be the end of their success. That should be the end of them. Should be the end of them. 100%. When they disrespect the culture, I'm talking about the traditional culture. Black man, woman, and child. When they disrespect the traditional black culture, it should be it. That's it. But what we keep doing, we keep going, we keep shopping at the beauty supplies with the Arabs. Like we keep buying the fried rice from the Asians, and they don't even eat the nonsense. So we still go support them. That white corporation, that racist corporation make a mockery of black folks. We still go buy the clothes. We still go buy the clothes. We still go walk into the store, support them, because we act like we had no other options. We got to stop that, man. We got to stop that. That's dead. That needs to stop now, ASAP. ASAP. I'm tired of everybody feeling like it's cool to like disrespect the traditional black. We got to say traditional nowadays. It's crazy. We got to use words like that. We got to use words like that. And listen, if you identifying with the LGBT that community, if you identifying with that struggle, that's not the same struggle as the black struggle. Black struggle is man, woman, and child. So if you identifying with that struggle, they are not one and the same. They are literally not one and the same. If that's what you want to identify with, then that's the fight that you fight. But this is a whole different struggle over here. Whole different struggle over here. Whole different struggle. And we're not about to we're not about to allow y'all to poison minds or influence young minds. We ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. We ain't finna let y'all think that stuff is cool. And then when we start speaking up against the stuff, then people want to bring up like what the sister brought up. We not finna do that, man. We not about to do that. See, we building. We building. We here to show y'all that there are plenty of righteous brothers out here, because there are plenty. We are here to show y'all that there are plenty of righteous sisters out here, because there are plenty. We here to show y'all that. We here to show y'all that. We here to show and prove. We here to show and prove, man. We ain't got time for that, man, because it's an attack on us, man. It's an attack, but really on both, though, masculinity and femininity, man, because they don't want the women to be feminine. They don't want y'all to be feminine either, just like they don't want us to be masculine. Again, it's role reversal. So we got to protect the feminine women. We got to protect them. We got to protect the feminine women. They don't want y'all to be feminine. They do not want y'all to do that. They want y'all to be strong and masculine, and they want us to be feminine. That's what they want. All you got to do is just look at everything that they advertise, they show, and they display. Is literally what they want. Antoinette, Peach, Queen, what's happening? What's happening? That's literally what they want, man. They want us to be soft. So every time you watch a movie, if it's a movie that involves a black man, a black woman, that black woman gonna be the strongest character in the movie. That black man just gonna be like, he's just gonna be trash and soft, getting thrashed, getting beat up all over the place, and he might be the biggest somebody in the movie. Black woman gotta come save the day. Like, these the images, man. These the images that they depicting. So they telling you right there, black woman, nope, you gonna have to protect the black man, because he can't protect you. It's right here in the movie that we continue to see. Come on, man. Look at what they doing. Look at what they're doing. And right, man, this attack has been going on for too long, and I can no longer I've been sick of it for a minute. Been sick of it for a minute, man. Every time you say something, every time you say anything that again, they label it toxic masculinities. Man, that's just anybody that's a strong black man that is not afraid to profess it to the world. They call it toxic masculinity. To the point where when you are right, like when you are a righteous brother, upstanding brother, man, they looking for your flaw. They waiting for you to slip up. They waiting for you to slip up. It's people right now. It's like, man, this dude, like, we waiting for him to slip up so we can be like, told you so. That's why I get so upset at some of these brothers that's out here with these platforms that do start slipping up and tripping. But again, I already know at the end of the day what's behind that and who's behind that. So I'm not too mad at it, man, because again, these people were manufactured. So we got to be able to do the knowledge to those who were manufactured and those who are getting it from the mud, grassroots level. We got to be able to determine and decipher that, man. So the brothers with the proper knowledge of self, like, it's a certain way that we must carry ourselves, man, because we can't be out here slipping up. We can't be out here, listen, people waiting for that to happen. They waiting for me to slip up. They waiting for me to go back and forth and get off my square. They waiting for me to go back and forth with somebody else about something irrelevant. So they could be like, look at that. This community is a joke. Dude is a joke. Things that now we gonna keep banging on them. I don't care what I'm going through in my personal life. I'm gonna keep banging on them. Banging on them. They not about to catch me slipping. They not catching me slipping, and they shouldn't catch the rest of us slipping. We not playing with them, man. And I've seen plenty of brothers, man. They let stuff get to their head, man. They let stuff get to their head, man. They reach a certain level on this, and now they're like, all right, cool, I'm comfortable now. I done got my point across. I'm chilling. No, the point ain't. No, it's never. It's no. We should never let up. Look at the condition on your people. Just because you may have elevated to a certain status, but the rest of your people still down here. So you still got work to do. You still got work to do. I don't care what level of success you have reached. Your people down here, you still got work to do. You still got work to do. We need to get to a point where it's more of us at the top on the same level. That's what we need. That's what we working towards. That's how we gonna get our power back. It can't just be one of us up there with the rest of these other groups. No, we gotta be up there. We gotta be the majority up there. We gotta be the majority with the power, man. Come on now. Come on. Stop playing with Sneaky Peace. What's happening? So nah, when your people still down here, I'm talking about the people that's fooling with you and following you. You got to be helping get them up to a certain status, get them up to where you at. Nah, but see, a lot of times that's what it is. That's what happened. That's why I never really fooled with a lot of groups, because you had this one person all the way at the top, and it's like they not really teaching people how to get to where they at, because they don't want people to get to where they at. They don't want people to realize that, hey, I could become just like such and such. No, they want to keep you brainwashed. They want to keep you they want to keep you in the mind state of a sheeple. They don't want you reaching that level, because then once you reach the level that they at, you no longer need them. So that's why I never fool with a lot of these groups. Once you reach the level of the person with the message, you no longer need them, or so they believe. So they like, well, we got to keep them in the dark. We can't give them all the Jews. We can't let them know all the sources. We got to make it look like we gifted. We got to make them look like we the messenger, the Messiah. We got to make them look like we the special, that they would never be able to reach this level. Come on now. Stop playing, man. Stop playing. Everything that you done did to get there, the person that's following you can do that. Give them the game, though. They looking up to you for the game. Give them the jewels. Stop being funny with it, man. Stop being funny with it. Each one teach one, as they say. Oh, I'll tell you for sure. Yeah, they good for doing that. They good for doing that. You know they're gonna have that interracial type of vibe in these movies and all that type of stuff too. They love to do that. They love to do that. And then the colorism is big too. So on top of saving a Becky, if you really do the knowledge to a lot of these movies and shows, like the whole dark skin versus light skin joint be real too. Be real too. They always make the lighter shade a little bit more appealing or sought after in these shows and movies. So the colorism is real big. The colorism is real big in Hollywood, man. They know what they be doing. They know what they be doing. When they feel like they can profit off of it, then they do. So when they see that, oh, we gonna make Black Lives Matter trendy and all that, then they may start making movies with women of darker shades then, and they gonna make them more appealing and attractive. But that's only for a season. That's only for a season. Then outside of that, it's gonna be the colorism, man. You got to really do the knowledge to these movies and these shows, man. Colorism is always in these movies and shows, whether it's white and the black or it's dark skin versus light skin. They always up to something. They always up to something. They always up to something. Be cool for sure, 100%. That's what I'm saying, man. We're not gonna keep anybody in the dark. Like I said, man, everything, the information that I spit out, man, I got it from books off of Amazon. Y'all get the same books that I got. I ain't got no access to no special knowledge. If I tap into something, man, y'all can tap in it too. Y'all can tap into it too, man. All you gotta do is just meditate, man. Master the mind. Once you master the mind, you meditate, you do things like that nature, man. You tapped in. You tapped in at that particular point, man. You tapped in. You tapped in, and that's what we gotta do. We gotta do that as men, as black men and black women. We gotta tap in. We gotta tap in collectively. We gotta tap in collectively, man, because this is getting ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous, man. This is getting ridiculous. They trying to force jabs on us. They don't want us to be masculine as men. They don't want the women to be feminine. Like, this world is sick. This world is sick. I said that like 10 years ago. The world is sick. Matter of fact, what's crazy is, man, I'm gonna give y'all another story, man. I got a few stories, man, but I'm gonna give y'all a story today. One of my good friends growing up, like my next door neighbor, pretty much. contacted me today. He contacted me earlier, DM me on Facebook, boom. And he was just talking about a mutual friend that we grew up with, and how he's been locked up for a minute, and how he wanted to send him a copy of my book, asked me did I have copies of it. Then he proceeded to tell me about his wife, and how they trying to force her to get the jab at her job, and she's in the nursing field. And he was like, they said they not getting it, and she's pregnant. He said she's definitely not getting it while she's pregnant and things of that nature. And he said, man, every time that this topic comes up or this type of discussion comes up amongst them, he said he always think of me because I was years ahead when it comes to preparing yourself for a pandemic. This dude know me personally. He know I've been talking about this stuff for a very long time before the pandemic even popped off and things of that nature. So he said I always come to mind when these type of discussions come up because I was ahead of the game when it came to the pandemic. And it's exactly what I'm talking about. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Peace, Khalil. Peace, Jason. Peace. Peace, peace. You say every level got a blueprint for sure. We distracted as a people, but following step by step get you anywhere you go. Everything got a blueprint. If somebody did it, there's a way to do it. If somebody did it, there's a way to do it. All you got to do is figure out how they did it and what they did. But yeah, it's crazy because, like I said, man, again, man, a lot of y'all may be new to my channel, or maybe y'all have been following me for maybe like a year or so. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, I have been on this stuff for like 10 plus years. So like I'm telling you, if I was on, it's crazy, man. If I was on YouTube like 10 plus years ago, which I actually was, I just wasn't posting videos. But if y'all could go back and see some of the stuff that I was saying 10 years ago, y'all would be like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And that's literally what I was getting called, crazy. Just like when I told them 10 years ago, I said, boom, they're going to continue to throw the homosexuality and all that stuff in our face to the point where that's going to be the new norm. And it's going to be a taboo when you heterosexual and you haven't experimented on that side. And I said this probably about 6-7 years ago. I was like, listen, we are approaching an age to where if you are a heterosexual and you have never experimented with the homosexual lifestyle, people are going to look at you like you crazy. It's almost like dabbling with the drinking or smoking. Like, man, you ain't never smoked before. Wow, that's impressive. That's crazy. We are reaching an age where it's like if you are a man or you are a woman and you straight, you heterosexual, and you've never dabbled with the same sex, people finna be like, dang, that's crazy. You ain't never had no type of experience like that. They finna be looking at you like you straight strange. That's the world we living in. I was saying that 6-7 years ago. We are finally there now. We are finally there. Literally, everybody, man, I be talking to women and they swear up and down that every dude is down low. They swear that's the world we live in. That's the world we live in now. They swear every dude is on the DL. And now these dudes be saying the same thing about these sisters, man. You gotta watch these sisters out here, man, because we all saying, so we in that time right now. People gonna think you lying when you say, man, I ain't never did nothing like that. Man, you matter of fact, and again, it's like I feel like stuff be popping up on me for a reason because I don't be subscribed to some of these cats. I was not even subscribed to, like, I unsubscribed from Vlad TV a very long time ago. But then I just so happened to see the video that he did with the old rapper Turk. And that's what he was talking about, gay games that that all black men or young black men played back in the day. And I was like, nah, those sound like prison games that they play in prison. But he was trying to make it seem like these are things that black men do or young black men did. I can tell you right out the gate, I wasn't doing none of that as no young black boy. I wasn't out here kissing dudes in the mouth. I wasn't doing that. Man, I ain't that, man. My pops, I'm not, listen, listen. My pops ain't never kissed me in the mouth. That ain't how we rocked and rolled. That ain't how we rocked and rolled. Let alone I'm finna kiss a dude that ain't even my biological father in the mouth. That's unacceptable. We ain't never rocked like that. And I swear, man, go back and watch that Turk interview. He said something along the lines of like, how much you love me. Kiss me in front of your girl. Man, what dudes you know playing like that? And man, it's crazy because I was fooling with Turk, man. But what? Please tell me if y'all play like that. Let me know if y'all play like that to the point where y'all got a close homeboy and y'all done told the homeboy to kiss you in front of your girl. Please let me know if y'all playing like that. Then y'all go ahead and unsubscribe from the kid, because I ain't never rock like that. Matter of fact, if a dude ever came to me on that type of vibe, everybody that knows me personally know I ain't rock like that. I was a dude on the football team like, hey, man, don't be this smacking of the butt stuff. No, ain't nobody play like that with me, man. I ain't rocking like that. Oh, man, I ain't never rock like that, man. Ain't nothing. It ain't never been sweet over here and never will be. It ain't never been sweet, never will be. And this ain't got anything to do with a phobia or a fear. That we just don't play those games. We don't play those games. I don't play like that, man. I'm not finna, nah, man. I'm not smacking no grown man on his, no, not, listen, I ain't smacking no 17-year-old on his butt. Like, no. We don't play those games, man. Plenty of other things I can do. We can high five that joint. Boom. We can hit the elbow. We can do plenty of other things, man. I ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing that. But to act like it's cool, to act like dudes is out here playing games like that, I can't rock with it, man. I can't rock with it. And I feel like it's a reason why that went through the algorithms, because it's crazy, because that particular video, that like dude kind of almost started trending off of that. I was like, here we go. Here we go. That's making that stuff more acceptable. This dude just said plenty of other things in his life in all type of interviews, but then it's like, boom, there we go. That's going to blow up real quick. Listen, when Wayne was out here kissing baby in the mouth, nah. I had stopped fooling with dude before then, but when he did that, it was definitely no good. Like, man, we don't do that. Oh, that's it. And people was trying to justify. Listen, I got a whole pops, biological father, been in my life since I done been alive. I'm not kissing this dude in the mouth. I'm not kissing this dude in the mouth. Me and my pops ain't even like, we don't even do that. We just don't do that. We just do not do that, man. Like, come on, man. We can't. That ain't how we roll. Ain't kissing no grown man in his mouth. Ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. We don't play those games. Those games are to not be played. We ain't doing it. We don't go out like that. We not rolling like that. That's not how we roll. Goddess, yeah, I saw that 42 Doug. Yeah, that was a very awkward situation. That was an awkward video. Like, I just so happened to watch it because I saw everybody talking about it, and I was like, man, that's uncomfortable. Like, what I was watching was uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. Like, that was really uncomfortable. Like, like I had to turn it off. Like, I couldn't even like finish watching it because it was uncomfortable. I'm like, yo, nah, like something ain't right here. Because the thing about the 42 Doug situation, the baby looked uncomfortable. Like, that's what made me uncomfortable. When I was watching that, like, the baby looked uncomfortable. The baby was like, yo, like, what's going on here? Like, the baby was uncomfortable. So I was like, nah, I'm not feeling this, man. I ain't feeling this. Let me go ahead and turn this off. Like, that whole vibe was weird to me, man. Whole vibe was weird to me. All Louisiana for sure. Like, I can tell by the name. But Wayne lost points with me with the I was a fan of early Wayne, and then he just boom, I couldn't fool with him. I couldn't fool with him. Reached the point where I could no longer fool with him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The bet, like, that was uncomfortable. And for the sister that was commenting on my last video, like, we have addressed that type of stuff. We're not gonna let that type of stuff slide. Like, nah, man, you don't be licking up all on the baby like that, and it's obvious that the baby is uncomfortable. Like, no, that's true. We don't do that. We don't do that. It's uncomfortable, man. We don't do that. Yeah, sick day, and that's what I'm saying. And it's crazy because if you want, it's crazy because I'm gonna give y'all a prime example of another artist that used this to his advantage. If you want to kind of blow up, when you like, listen, just get on the cool side of the alphabet community. You'll blow up. Prime example, Lil B. I know y'all remember Lil B when I know y'all remember dude. I know y'all remember dude, and I know y'all remember how he got on and what he was doing. I know y'all remember dude. Lil B, man, was coming out calling himself a pretty B word, things of that nature. Like, he put out the album called I'm Gay. Like, dude was doing all of that. And he did all of that for the sole purpose of that industry acceptance that you're talking about. He wanted to get the recognition, get the fame, get the people to fool with him, and boom, he hit you with all of that. Whole while he had an ulterior motive behind it. He had an ulterior motive behind it, but it was like I was more so upset at the fact that, dude, like you could have took a whole nother approach. You ain't have to take that route, man. You did not have to take that route, man. I get it. Like he can truly rap at the end of the day, and he actually got some things of substance, and he did that to try to bring attention to himself. But I still don't like that. I still don't like that. I don't accept that. Like, if you are a man and you do things like that, man, just to generate some attention, I don't care how talented you are. I don't care if you had ulterior motives. I'm not selling myself out for some attention, for some recognition, from some notoriety, for some money, for some fame. I'm not doing that, man. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna get it out the mud the righteous way. I'm gonna get it out the mud the righteous way. I ain't putting on no dress. I ain't calling myself pretty. I ain't doing. I ain't making no album called "I'm Gay." Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not none of. I'm not doing any of that. If I can't pop, if I can't get the type of notoriety I need without doing that, then so be it. But I'm not doing that type of stuff, man. I ain't doing it. But Lil B did it way back in the day, and wow, blew up. Blew up. So again, if you want to blow up, if that's what you after, if that's all that you after, get on that good shot. Get on that. You gonna blow up over. You gonna blow up overnight, man. You gonna blow up overnight. Especially when you a black man. Put on that dress. You a black man. You want to blow up. Put on that dress. Put on that dress. Call yourself pretty. Do all that type of stuff, man. I guarantee you'll be good. You'll be accepted. You will be accepted, man. That's your initiation. Put on that dress. Put on that dress, man. That's your initiation right there, man. They need to see that you down with the cause. Once they see that you down with the cause, it's all good. It's all good. All the exposure that you need, all the notoriety that you need, because you down with the cause. You have shown your loyalty. You put on that dress. I ain't putting on no dress. I ain't wearing no female clothing. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not utilizing lingo that the women utilize. I'm letting them have that. Again, that's why these sisters can't be feminine, because we stealing it from them, and vice versa. But these women, it's hard for them to be feminine, because that the dudes, they taking it all. Take the lingo. They taking it all. They taking it all. So I ain't with it. Y'all can have y'all dresses. I ain't wearing no dress. I ain't doing none of that. All them like, when them people, like, you lose, like, I'm telling y'all, it don't take much for me to just stop fooling. Like, once you rock that dress, man, come on, I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. I ain't with it, man. I ain't with it. There are plenty of people who have reached a certain type of level without doing that. So for the fact that you feel like that's something that you must do, it's something deeper going on right there, because you don't have to do that. There's plenty of ways to earn your living in a righteous manner. But if you just all out for the attention, things like that, man, then you going to do whatever brings you attention. And that's sad. That's sad, man, that there's people out here, man, because that's the world that we live in, man. Men out here doing things for attention. We got grown men that's out here attention junkies. Come on, man, that's dead. Grown men, we got a whole, listen, we got a whole nation that needs us to be strong black men, and we out here attention junkies. We out here being attention junkies. That's what we out here doing. We doing things for attention. We doing things for notoriety. Sneaky, yes, for validation, confirmation, all of that type of good stuff. That's what we on. That's why we moving the way that we moving. That's why we stepping how we step. Come on, man. We got to stop that. Okay, cool, peace. What's happening? We gotta stop that, man. It's time for us to be men. What they say, man up. I don't care if that's an offensive term, a phrase, or concept. I don't care. That's what we need to do. Man up, and we need to woman up. Period. That's what we need to do. So we need to do. We ain't wearing dresses. We ain't speaking like women. Like, we just ain't doing. We ain't calling ourselves pretty. That's just not what we do. We don't do any of that. We don't do any of that, man. We don't walk around talking about we pregnant. We don't do that type of stuff, man. We don't do that type of stuff, man. That's not what we do. That's not what we do, man. That is not how we gonna get our power back. That is not how we gonna reclaim our position. That's not how we gonna get back to that throne. That's not how we gonna do it. Was our ancestors living like that? Somebody let me know. Somebody let me know. Nero, peace, what's happening? Somebody let me know. Sick that I'm telling y'all, man, what's the tea? A grown man asking you what's the tea, talking about the shade, stuff like that. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like that, we don't like, come on. Come on, man. Ain't no, don't know. Come on, don't talk like that around me, man. Don't talk like that. Don't come as a grown man. Do not come to me talking about what's the tea. Don't play with me like that, man. There is no tea. Like, let's build is what we gonna say. Man, you talking about tea as a grown man, talking about the shade. What? Come on, man. Oh, no, no, no. And sick day, and he ain't lying because I've heard it. Like, I've heard it. I've heard this from grown men. So I know they out here still in the lingo, talking like women. Women can't even have their own little language out here. Because we finna take it. We finna roll with it. Eric, I'm telling you, man, that's why I can't, like, sometimes that's why I can't stand a black male actor or comedian that's over the top with just acting soft and scary and just feminine. Like, when them comedians start to be on that, man, I start to not really be a fan of them, if I ever was a fan of them. But when they over the top with just acting feminine and soft, man, that's not funny. That's like really not funny to me, man. That's not funny. Like, Kevin Hart started getting bad with that, man. Like, just I'm like, dude, you be sounding real whack and weak up here, man. Like, dude, I ain't funny. At this point, it ain't funny. Because I'm starting to look at you like that's really what you are and who you are. Like, I stop fooling. That dude ain't funny at all to me. It ain't funny at all to me. Every time he do some stuff, like, it always go back to dude just being weak and soft and just whack sometimes, man. Like, dude, just come on, man. Now it's getting old, bro. It's getting old. So I'm not a fan of that. Terenzo for sure. Ironically, in the month of September. Yeah, Thunder man, they be trying. Yeah, and don't send don't send us that nonsense. But yeah, I can't stand any dude that's out here taking on these feminine roles, these roles that's for women, and that's crazy because it'll cost you. You know what I'm saying? Cost you roles out here. Like, you will get booted out of a whole TV show or TV series if you say, man, look, I don't want to swing like that. Like, they getting rid of you now. You losing jobs out here because you don't want to get down like that. Things of that nature, man. Like, nah, man, we gotta have the, like, my man's JF Peace, what's happening? My man's AK said we don't have no principles, literally none. Collectively, we have no principles. We don't have things that we stand for collectively as a people, as a unit. Man, K, cool. That's what I'm saying, man. Hey, listen. The Chinese government don't be playing, man. And then you go to certain parts of Africa, man. They ain't playing with that. They ain't playing with them soft men. They ain't, man. Listen, come on, man. Certain parts of the country, man, like little home, once they reach 14, 15, they finna learn how, man, they finna be out here walking around with guns because they gotta protect the, you know what I'm saying? They gotta protect the tribe. Like, man, we ain't playing out here. That, like, we gotta get back to that. We gotta get back to that type of lifestyle. My boy Antonio, you already know. Bradley at all. But you know what I'm saying? You say stuff like that, just like you hate. Ain't anybody hating, man. It is what it is. They allow people like that to thrive because of the way they acting. Because of the way that they act. Rashawn, for sure. That's one of that's basically what I was talking about, man. But there's plenty others that then probably lost roles and things of that nature, man. So if you don't want to swing that way, man, you're gonna have a hard time succeeding in certain industries out here. Because you don't want to swing that way. Oh man, you don't want to dabble with this lifestyle. Well, it ain't no place for you. You ain't gonna get no more roles. You shun. If you striving to be in Hollywood as a heterosexual individual, you might as well kill those dreams, man. If you trying to be a writer in Hollywood and you trying to make it to Hollywood, if you trying to be an actor or an actress in Hollywood and you don't swing that way at all, you might as well give up them dreams and you might as well focus on doing your own thing. You might as well not aim for Hollywood. You got to create the black cinema, the black version, because you're not gonna get accepted. Like, you ain't gonna get no role, no position in Hollywood if you're not swinging that way. You better learn how to incorporate that in your script, or you better learn how to accept that role as an actor or an actress, because you're gonna have to eventually play that role in Hollywood. There's no way, no ifs and buts about it. No ifs and buts about it. None at all. Like you're gonna have to get down in one way, shape, or form, especially if you're black. You're gonna have to eventually put on this dress, to talk like be homosexual in this scene. You're gonna eventually have to do something. You're gonna eventually have to do it. Interview, man. I actually saw that. I forgot the tribe, yo. I saw it on YouTube. I watched it on YouTube. Like literally, rites of passage. They had to go kill a lion. Like they had to. And crazy thing is, the little homie had to kill the lion while the people, like while the adults stood back. So he was out there, like had to conquer this lion by himself. By himself. I forgot what tribe we might be talking about the same thing, because I saw that on YouTube. Man, he had to kill the lion by himself. The people stood back. People was all the way in the back. He had to go conquer this lion by himself. That's what they do in other parts of the world. We sitting around here, baby. Listen, like little stuff like I ain't gonna. And this is to a fault of the women sometimes, man. You got combat sports, stuff that men have been doing for a long time. Boy, like football. That's something that we just do. Like that, like may not understand this, but like we didn't combat sports been a way of life for men since we can imagine. But you know how many mothers I heard, oh, I won't let my son play football. I won't let my son listen. We get that it's a dangerous game, but that's part of being a man. Like we have done dangerous things. We have always been in combat sports. Like we have participated in things like this. Trying to like a lot of that keeps them soft too. A lot of that type of stuff keeps. I ain't gonna let them box. I ain't gonna let them play football. That they might get hurt, man. They get hurt doing anything. They get hurt when they learn how to drive. That could literally be the end of them. I'm telling y'all, man, you like you got to understand certain decisions like that. Like, why would you not want your son to box because you're afraid of him getting hurt? What? Listen, I played football from the 7th grade and I played about 2.5 years of college. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot of toughness from it. But what we not finna do, we not finna pacify these little boys, man. Be like, nah, you ain't playing this. It's too rough. It's too that, man. I've literally heard this. I literally heard it. I literally heard it. Ah, it's too rough. We ain't finna live. That's too rough. That's too dangerous. They need to play something that's less dangerous. This the world we living in. This the world that we living in. That's why I say that's why I say sometimes when it comes to raising a young man, it's certain things that women don't understand. And that's one thing that they don't understand. Like, why we want to go out there and play football. We got testosterone. Like, we got testosterone. We got a lot of it. So that is like an outlet when we out there busting heads on the football field. For those of us that have played, like that was an outlet. And for a lot of it, like we could have been doing way worse. We could have been out here in the streets, but some of us chose football. So you got to think about that, man, before you try to soften that young boy. Like, nah, some of that, like, chill. Chill on that. Chill on that. Chill on that, man. We raising men like, again, these young boys, they was ready for war at 14, 15. You afraid to put him in some pads, put him in some shoulder pads. Come on now. You afraid to give him some boxing gloves, like to where he can learn how to defend himself. We can't, nah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. That's where I learned a lot of my toughness, man, on the football field. And I'm just keeping it real. I learned a lot of my toughness on the football field. I was a hooper. I was a basketball player, man. Once I played football, man, listen, boom. That's the toughness right there. That's why I need it. Hence why they even put me in. They said, man, you know what? You need to learn some toughness. So we're going to put you on the football field so you can, there you go. Toughness, man. I generated the toughness. I'm not saying that it's not dangerous, but look, it's dangerous just being a black man in America, period. So it's just our life is dangerous. Our life is dangerous, period. Us just existing is dangerous. Oh, I'll tell you for sure. I know a lot of sisters that said this, man, because again, and I get it. Y'all wouldn't really understand football. Like, even if y'all do understand, y'all, it's still because y'all ain't played football. Like, we do this. Like, we do this on, like, it's like a fraternity type deal. And I hate to use that word, but like those of us that have played, like, it's just like the feel that you get, the camaraderie, all of that. Man, I learned a lot of life lessons playing ball, and I could have been out here doing a lot of other things. I could have been out. So like if my moms would have been like, hey, we ain't finna let you play ball, then that's a whole season to where I don't have anything to do. And I'm about to be out here doing something crazy. So that kept a lot of us out of trouble. So be thankful that your son is interested in football, man. That's gonna keep him out of trouble. Gonna keep you out of trouble. It's gonna make them tough. Like you ain't even like, we ain't raising no punks. So it's gonna make you tough. It's gonna make them tough. They gonna learn one way or another. They gonna learn one way or another. But the now football, boom, my God. But then when I was hearing people that I wouldn't want my son boxing, I was like, what? Like you know how beneficial it would be for him to learn how to box. You ain't got to worry about nothing. That's self-defense. They learn how to box, even though people don't box no more. They just shoot you. But I'm saying though, like that's self-defense in and of itself. Like that, we can't be that. We can't be pacifying these young men. Marcel, man, we played on concrete and everything. That's just what boys do. That's why I be trying to tell. That's just what us, but that's what boys do. Like we gonna do stupid stuff like that. Like we gonna play tackle football on concrete. We didn't expect the girls to understand. We don't expect our moms. We don't expect women to understand that. Like that's just what we did. But we rough. Like when you come across a young boy that turned into a man that was raised traditionally, like we did rough things. We was rough. Like you know. We were rough. Like that, we gonna play football in the concrete. We trying to be tough out here. That's how we got down. We did all of that because that's just what young boys we just gonna do that. We just gonna do them. But that's how we used to rock and roll. Okay, cool for sure, for sure. So it's like little stuff like that contributes to the just softness, man. So we gotta chill with that, man. Chill with it. Let your young son play football, man. If he don't like it, take him out. But if he grows to like it, then you got something, man. I'm telling y'all, there's plenty of us that have grown out to be wonderful men, like that have played the sport of football. So it's not all bad out here. Yes, it is risky. Yes, it's dangerous. But what isn't? He already gonna be a young black man in and of himself. So what isn't dangerous about being that? It's that testosterone, man. That's what we do. We battle. We go to war. Plenty of times where we didn't fought, and then we didn't dapped it up right after that because that's stuff that we do. That's stuff that we do. That's how we get down. So do not prevent him from playing the sport because you feel like it is too dangerous. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't pacify him, man. Allow him to experience it. Allow him to experience it. I'm telling y'all, if he's eager, if he wants to play, like, man, I want to play football, let him do it. Let him do it. Let him do it. Please let him do it. He said, I want to learn, I want to box. Let him do it. I don't understand the boxing, but let him do it. AK, and that's what I'm saying. I made like the stream I made about a week ago, man, talking about that, man. You got young boys, you know what I'm saying, twerking, doing all type of feminine stuff on camera, and people like, oh, that's cute. Ain't nothing cute about that. Nothing cute about that. Ain't nothing cute about a young, nah, man, ain't nothing, no. Nothing is cute about young boy twerking, dancing on camera in feminine ways. Like nothing is cute about that. We don't condone that at all. Nothing is cute about that. It's sad and it's tragic. And if you are a woman, like I said, that's condoning that, if you are a mother that's condoning that and putting it all on camera on social media, then you are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. I mean, that's just problematic, man. We just cannot have that. We cannot have that, man. And we can't applaud that. We can't be sharing that. We can't be doing it, man. We can't be doing that type of stuff, man. Again, we got to protect the black male image. We got to protect masculinity because again, it's a war on it. And we got to protect femininity because it's a war on that too. So we all we got, as the saying goes. We are all we got. So we got to look out for one another, man. And we are in the minority if y'all have not noticed. So it's crazy. The way of nature is now a taboo. The way of nature. There would be no civilization without masculine men and feminine women coming together to procreate. There would be no civilization. That's a natural way of life. Now that is the taboo. That is a taboo. The natural way of life is a taboo. The natural way of life is offensive to people. The natural way of life, the natural order of life is now a taboo. We got to preserve nature. That's what we literally are out here trying to do. Preserve the natural order of life. Like that's what we on. That's how sick the world is. We are literally out here trying to preserve the natural order of life. That's what we on. That's what we on. Preserving the natural order of life. Oh, God is for sure. They don't go outside. They just sit on the phones, the iPads, the video game, all of this type of stuff, man. They used to make us go outside. Like, man, like literally, they made us go outside. Put that game, shut the game off, go outside. Like they made us go outside, man. You had to ride this bike or something, man. Go outside. These other kids outside, go out there. Like that, you had to go outside. Like, man, you better stop playing with your people. Go outside. You finna socialize these other kids, man. You finna go, even if you don't like them other kids, go outside, man. Yeah, e-reaction now, like right now, it's encouraged. It's encouraged, and it's crazy because I can almost in some areas I can almost see why a lot of people don't allow their children to go outside because it's so doggone dangerous, man. Like the world wasn't this dangerous back in the day when I was growing up, but it's like, man, you don't know, man. People liable to come out shooting and spray up the whole neighborhood because it's so dangerous out here, man. So you almost it's that fear, like, man, I want them to go outside, but man, if they go outside and they ain't able to supervise, they ain't telling what's gonna happen. At least where I'm at, like St. Louis, man, it's hard. Like you let your child go outside, you gonna be stressing the whole time. Back in the day, man, we was able to go outside. You was like, man, he gonna make it back to the crib at least. He might come back to the crib and been and got in a fight or two or something, roughed up. But man, you ain't got to worry about him getting shot, kidnapped, and snatched up, all that type of stuff, man. It used to be a little more safe to be outside. Now, young bulls be 13 with guns. Like, we with the 12, 13-year-olds, like, we wasn't walking around with guns. Like, we had to fight. Now, these, like, middle schoolers and elementary kids, they mess around be having guns on. So that, like, part of that, I get. Like, oh, like, I let them go outside, and then they shot up the neighborhood, and they done got hit. Man, back in the day, it wasn't like that. It was not like that, man. It was not like that at all, man. I'm talking about we outside the wee hours of the night and ain't nothing happening to us. Man, now you couldn't fathom walking around 1 o'clock at night, man. Listen, ain't no telling what you might come across and see. You better have two guns on you, all of that. And I'm talking about a 14-year-old. Like I ain't talking about no grown. You 14 walking around at the wee hours of the night, you better have about two guns on you. And we used to do that back in the day, like it was nothing. Yeah, Jeff, and that's the thing. Like nowadays, when we tell them to go outside, like they gotta, like we gotta, we gotta be out there with them. We gotta assist. We gotta be out there. Like we gotta be with them. Like man, it ain't no just go outside and then come back before the sun down type deal, and you cool with it. Like man, you know what? All right, we finna take you outside, but you finna have to roll with me though. And it's your 14-year-old. Like this ain't no 10-year-old. It's a 14, 15-year-old. Like you just don't. The world just because again, one of the reasons why the world is like that because again, dudes soft out here. It used to be listen, it used to be a lot. Like the rule used to be, you don't shoot up like your elders. The women were exempt for the most part, and children. You had beef if bullets were sprayed. Bullets typically were aimed at and hit the enemy. That's typically what happened. We ain't shooting up the elders. We're not shooting up grandma. We're not trying to shoot. We're not shooting up the women, and we're not shooting up the children. Now they don't care. Anybody who's outside is liable to get shot. Anybody who outside. If Granny outside and they see this enemy, Granny might go down too. If the grandfather's outside and they see the enemy, the grandfather liable to get hit too. If 4 or 5 babies outside and they see that enemy, all 4 or 5 of them babies liable to get hit too. These dudes do not care. These dudes don't care. Like that used to be the thing. Oh man, there go the enemy, but man, he got the babies with him. We ain't finna do nothing to him. Nah, don't nobody care nothing about that. Just who? That's sheesh. Snuck out the house at 2 a.m. End up sexually assaulted and shot in the head. See, that's what I'm saying. See, and this the type of stuff that this is what I'm talking about right here. So at the same time, where we like, man, you know what I'm saying? These kids ain't this, that, the third. It's like, dude, because the world is so wicked. Like the world is literally wicked. Oh, he reacts for sure. Yeah, we are like them kidnappings for the most part. We already know who got a role in that or a hand in that. We already know. They even got the higher ups have a hand or have a role in us killing one another. Like I said, I always bring up Tukey Williams' book. Tukey Williams said that. Like he literally said the cops will take a dude from like the Bloods and drop him off in the Crip neighborhood, and boom, you already know what's about to happen. So literally, he literally broke that down in the book, and he literally said how they have a role in. Like sometimes, man, you will see like a dude just get sprayed up by the end. You be wondering sometimes, like, man, how did they get access to this dude? How was it so easy for them to find dude? A lot of times that be the feds, man. A lot of time it be the higher ups that we talking about. A lot of times it be the cops. So when you see a dude that's living that type of lifestyle, that gang type of life, and all of a sudden he gets sprayed up by his enemies, and you like, man, why was dude even like what in the world? He either A got set up or A, it was the cops. Best believe that they out here doing that. Tukey Williams said that in his book. Oh, Coach Shun for sure. Yeah, for sure. And that's what I'm talking about, man. We talking about the God mentality, man. That's what I was talking about in one of my streams earlier this week. That hey, man, we gotta activate that, man. Y'all already know the school of thought that I come from when it comes to that. Oh, he reacts, man. They do all that, man. They do all that. That's what I'm saying. So a lot of times when y'all see a gang war, they played a role in that, man. They dropping people off in rival neighborhoods, and then you looking up like that, man. They caught him slipping. No, they ain't catch him slipping. The cops placed him there, and he ain't really had no other option. You know, so a lot of times that's happening, man. But they will act like something like that doesn't exist, and they just act like we making stuff up and things of that nature. Oh, yeah, man. They vandalizing graves. They shooting up the funeral. Like, man, you ain't safe nowhere. You not safe. You not safe anywhere. They shooting up the funeral, shooting up the grave. Like, man, it's crazy out here, man. Vandalize, man. Come on, vandalizing murals and things of that nature. Like, it is ridiculous, man. Just chill out, man. He already not coming back and things of that nature, man. Just let it be. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. But like I said, man, it is what it is. A lot of this has to do with just the softness. A lot of it has to do with the softness. Like I said, back in the day, us young men, we were not soft. Like we would fight. We would fight, get our issue off, and then cool. Of course, what I'm saying? You had guns back in the day. You had people shooting and killing one another. Like you had this type of stuff happening, but man, it's way worse in today's time. Back then, you was able to fight with a person you had beef with, and it not spell the end of your life. Y'all was able to fight and get your issue off. And if you didn't like how they go, you could probably rematch, fight again, things of that nature. And if anything, you may gain respect for the person. But a lot of this revolves around softness, man. Dudes are soft. Dude, I don't fight no more. I just shoot. Things like that. That type of mentality is like, dude, like, come on, man. And I'm not saying we need to go out here and be violent, but sometimes if it comes to that, if it's a situation where it's like, all right, I feel like you threatening me, I feel like, man, as men, we should be able to fight before we have to pull out guns. But now it ain't no question. Nowadays, like I'd be a fool to be encouraging people to just start fighting. Like nowadays, you gotta have some type of you gotta have some on you. Depending on, what I'm saying, where you at. It really almost don't depend on where you at these days because you go on the white side of town, they liable to shoot you just the same, but they don't want to talk about that though. Listen, look at what happened to Joe McKnight, the former football player, man, when he was in the look in traffic and the white dude just blasted him and killed him. See, that's what I'm saying. See, like that little type of stuff, man. They don't talk about that type of stuff, man. But Joe McKnight, man, we have a traffic stop or a traffic incident. Boom, white dude pulls out gun, shoots and kills him. So it ain't just us doing it. Like they feel entitled too. So it's like, man, you gotta have something on you no matter where you at. You ain't safe just because you're on the whiter side of town. Man, they liable to do you just the same, if not dirtier. And it's even worse on their end because it's like they know they might get away with it. Like they might get away with it. Magic peace. Oh, I'll tell you, yeah, don't nobody fighting. That don't nobody do that no more. Don't nobody fight no more. They don't do that. Yeah, nobody fights. It's all gunplay. Yeah, got us. Like yeah, people getting jumped, and even like at least that happened. Yeah, at least that happened. That's still better than them pulling out the pulling out the guns, man. But yeah, we was in the area getting jumped, fighting 1-on-1, putting on the gloves, things like that. Like that's the masculinity that I'm talking about, man. All right, two brothers, y'all having problems. Let's put them in the ring and let's box it out. Let's box it out. Let's put the gloves on. Like that's literally how we solved a lot of problems. We put on gloves and we boxed. And we was all right, boom, we got our issue off. I remember, man, I did that a few times with some brothers, man. I'm talking about we'd be boxing for man about an hour. Boxing until we can't go no more, man. That's how we should be responding to issues that we have amongst one another, man. Or if we not able to, as grown men, we should be able to verbally reach a conclusion and not have to come to blows. But like the young bulls, man, we already know that altercation is gonna be a part of life. As a young man growing up, man, you're gonna get into it with your brother, man. You're gonna get into it with these people. We should be able to have those physical altercations and keep it moving. Now, as men, we supposed to be able to evolve above and beyond that. But sometimes, you know what I'm saying, situation may permit that you gotta defend yourself even as a grown man against another grown man. But it's like we should be able to be mature enough to have conversations and solve our issues. Like that's where we should be at. Because a lot of times the stuff that we even come to blows over is like childish stuff. So a lot of times it don't even be that serious and be worth it, but we still coming to blows over this nonsense, man. So we should be mature enough as grown men, adult men, and women to be able to just converse and build and then solve the issue. We don't have to be coming to blows every time, man. Somebody stepped on your shoes and you can't get past that, man. It ain't nothing but a shoe, man. Ain't nothing but a shoe. It ain't really gonna be worth your life. Is it gonna be worth you getting locked up? Somebody stepped on your shoe. Now it's worth that. Your life is worth that shoe. Come on now. Oh, God is for sure. Like they live in straight fear. They will be quick to like they won't hesitate to pull that thing out on you and shoot you. Job, man. I've actually seen and heard things similar to that, where the black officer showing off in front of the white officer. Like, I look, you big fool. Like they don't care anything about you. You big idiot. You know, I've seen a lot of that though. I've seen a lot of that. That's foolish in and of itself though. But y'all, man, with that being said, man, it's a little after 4 o'clock, man. I gotta make some moves, man. I gotta attend some things this evening. Y'all know how I get. Sometimes don't be wanting to fool with people. Gotta go fool with people. So it is what it is, man. Y'all send positive energy my way. If y'all are of the introverted nature and y'all are of the loner type, y'all know how the anxiety can elevate when you gotta attend functions where it's gonna be people there. So y'all already know what I'm about to deal with. So I gotta prep myself mentally to go deal with these things that I have to deal with. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap out for the night, man. This is another Powerful stream as always, man. I may come back tomorrow, may not. But if I don't come back tomorrow, I'm gonna definitely be back on Sunday. So y'all be easy, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Friday. Again, get y'all smoothies in, drink some water, get some rest, all that good stuff. Read a book, journal, meditate, do your affirmations. I'm out. Be easy, y'all. Peace.